I've got a big pile of Quattro parts behind me and it's a little daunting, but I'm super excited to get this car back on the road, so I'm just gonna start knocking it out. At the start of this project, I was pretty intimidated by these wheel bearings, but this tool's made it super easy and I feel like a master at it now. I just gotta be super careful to not mix these parts up because the front and rear of this car are pretty similar, but not quite identical. These coilovers were definitely one of the most exciting parts of the project for me. I could not wait to put these together, but even with all the measuring and planning I did, I was a little worried they weren't gonna fit, but they turned out perfect. I've been pressing these brand new bushings into the subframe and they've kind of been a pain, but when they go in just perfectly, it's super satisfying, and I cannot wait to see what the car drives like after what the last bushings looked like. This front subframe is light enough that I can lift it over my head. It's still a little bit of a challenge to get these bolt threads started, but eventually I got them, and I learned a few things for the rear subframe. I'm pretty sure the rear subframe is going to weigh about 100 pounds once I get the rear diff attached to it, so I'm using all the tools at my disposal, including a stack of tires, to get this thing in there. Then I'm just using a combination of lowering the lift and using my lift jack to get the car at the right height so I can get these bolts started. I'm moving on to the axles now, and surprisingly, these were in pretty good condition. I don't want to spend the money to replace all of them, so I'm just going to do the outer CV boots. But I think I've found my new least favorite thing to do on cars. Working with this grease is not fun. It gets everywhere. So the car is pretty much all put back together, except for a couple of little parts I'm still missing, so I'm not going to drive it quite yet. But I wanted to mount up the BBSs off my E30 just to see what some cool wheels would look like. I'm getting pretty close to buying some new wheels for this car, and obviously I'm not going to get something this aggressive, but if you've got any ideas for something that's 5x112 and a 16-inch, let me know.